Football really is a funny old game, from a one-man score sheet to a drunk referee and Madagascar El Clasico that ended in a 149-0 score. The beautiful game is dotted with bizarre matches. Were it that they weren't recorded, you wouldn't believe a single one of them. We take a look at some of these unbelievable moments in football. You talk of bizarre matches, well, this is as bizarre as they come. It's late January 1994. Barbados are hosting Grenada in a Caribbean Cup qualifying match. Barbados needed to beat Grenada by 2 goals in order to book a place in the final. A draw in normal time would force the match into extra time, and anything less than winning by a 2-goal margin would see Grenada through. But there's a catch. The tournament's powers that be decided that in case of extra time, a golden goal would count as 2 goals. Barbados comfortably took a 2-0 lead, only for Grenada to pull one back with 7 minutes remaining. Barbados were crashing out until they scored a goal, any goal. With the hosts seeing no hope of scoring, one striker decided that their best chance to qualify was to force the game into extra time, where they hoped to score a golden goal. So he decided to score into his own net for a 2-2 scoreline. Grenada, realizing what was going on, had to score at either goal to avoid going into extra time. They turned to their goal, but Barbados anticipated this and rushed to guard the Grenada goal in addition to theirs. You cannot make this stuff up. Eventually, Barbados scored an extra time winner to qualify. Sounds like a script for a good Hollywood movie, no? In 1945, Arsenal hosted Dinamo Moscow in a friendly match to celebrate the return of football following World War II. As if to celebrate with the crowd, Mother Nature decided to have its presence felt. A thick fog descended on the stadium, and it was a total mess. Despite this, the referee allowed the match to go on. At some point, substituted players did not leave the pitch, and by the time the final whistle was going, the Russian club reportedly had more than 15 players on the pitch. Even more shocking was that an Arsenal player who had been shown a red card came back and played the rest of the match. There are even reports that the Arsenal goalkeeper picked up an injury and was replaced by a spectator. Whoa, this is truly wild. And for the more than 50,000 fans, they never got to enjoy a game of football they badly craved. What's the biggest scoreline you've heard in football? Well, in 2002, in the Madagascar League, a team lost by a 149-0 scoreline, the highest scoreline recognized by the Guinness Book of Records. And get this, all of the 149 goals were own goals. Insane! The match between AS Adema and SO Lemrine was part of a 4-team round-robin playoff to determine the national championship. It, however, got ugly as SOE players scored a goal after another into their own net in an apparent protest at what they thought was biased refereeing. Football can indeed get bizarre. Sometimes decisions during games are influenced by lots of factors, from higher authorities to loudest players on the pitch and even the VAR. However, some of the decisions are unseen by everyone. Ever asked yourself whether the referee is drunk after making certain questionable decisions? In 2008, Sergei Shmolik was the center referee for the Belarusian Premier League match between Vitebsk and Naftan. Shmolik had a year earlier been voted the best referee in Belarus. What shocked many on this particular day was that he refereed the entire game from the center circle. He was moving strangely. You would think he had a back problem and failed to even punish several incidences. At some point, his colleague came to escort him from the pitch, and Shmolik waved to the crowd as he walked off. It turns out the referee was drunk all along, and that's why he could not run around. A medical test after the match found high levels of alcohol in his system, and he was eventually banned for life by the Belarusian FA. In 1957, in a match between Ebeltfot and Noerager, Danish referee Henning Erikstrup caught the headlines. With Noerager leading 4-3 and going into the final seconds of the match, Ebeltoft equalized to make it 4-4. The shocking part is Erikstrup was busy trying to recover his false teeth that had fallen off as he was about to blow the whistle. The referee disallowed the goal as he didn't see it since he was busy picking up his teeth. Finally, Noerager went on to win the match 4-3, but as expected, it caused an uproar. Well, one of the rules in the referee playbook says a match is finished when the time on the referee's watch has run out, not when he or she blows the whistle. We'll leave you to debate that. you probably have heard about the disgrace of Gijón. If not, let's fill you in. The 1982 World Cup will forever be remembered. The Kuwaiti Sheikh invading the pitch, Hungary scoring 10 past El Salvador. That Brazil side, it had everything. But in a tournament filled with excitement, there was a single game that is regarded as the most boring football match ever. West German versus Austria, the disgrace of Gijón. Going into the final game of the group, Algeria had played Chile the previous day, meaning West Germany and Austria knew what to play for in order to qualify. A Germany win by 1 or 2 goals would have been enough to send the two teams through, forcing Algeria out of the tournament. And that's exactly how it happened. The Germans took the lead a few minutes into the match, and it essentially ended the match. The two teams stopped playing, with Germany passing the ball in their own half, with Austria uninterested in even intercepting the play. Now you understand why final group games are played at the same time? Another referee on the list. Well, this is the most recent. The clash between Tunisia versus Mali in the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations caught the world's attention over the chaotic handling as a referee blew the whistle early for full time. Twice, Zambian referee Jana Sikazwe strangely blew his whistle for full time with 85 minutes on the clock, pointing towards the tunnel to signal the end of the match. The two teams were confused. He realized his mistake and continued the match. The referee then, controversially, gave Malian midfielder El Bilal Touré a red card. Now, down to 10 men. Tunisia pushed for a late equalizer, but the referee struck again, this time blowing the full-time whistle with 10 seconds remaining and without stoppage time. We shouldn't be too harsh on him. Maybe he was late for his date or wanted to rush home to catch the latest episode of his favorite show. Who knows?